what's up, y'all? Jason here.
Michelle, hello.
We're the EKKO Nesters, and this is our 2025 Winnebago EKKO built on the Sprinter chassis. And Shell, just to kick off, what are we doing at CaTuned today?
We're getting a lot of mods put on here. We're doing a little uplift, a big uplift.
Oh, it's going to be a big uplift. What do we got here, Shell?
Oh, my favorite, the CaTuned off-road recovery bumper.
Oh, and what else?
The Mad Max D-shackles.
There we go, Mad Max D-shackles. He actually hung his Sprinter for those like 140, 60 feet in the air. The strongest. Shell, what do we got down here?
You got the winch.
Got the worn winch.
Yep.
Agency 6 fair lead.
Yep.
The billets, a lot of Agency 6 gear here. Yep. As you can see right there, the shovel. Let's move over to Terra Wagen.
Yeah, tell me about that.
Ooh, this is going to be the front fender flares. That's what's going to put all this super single package together with the EKKO wheels, the big old tires. You hear them in the background. They're getting busy. Let's move over here real quick. What do we got here, Shell?
We got the Baja lights.
Baja industry in the house. Lots of lights going on here. We just didn't have enough room for all the boxes. Yep. King 3.0 rear suspension, front suspension. Whole 9 yards we're going to be discussing there. The EKKO wheels. Toyo tires. This is a big daddy right here. We're talking 295 70 17s versus the 215 85 16. What else we got, Shell? Oh, D-relief springs.
Yep.
Mad shackles. The CaTuned recovery bumper. 12K Evo. Terra Wagen's up in the house.
Stuff. And we're gonna
Baja's in the house.
Yep.
I think, did we cover it all?
I think that's a good start.
There are some, we're going to be doing the original Max hood, we'll call them, oh my God, hood struts. Hood struts, right there. I'm so excited. I can't even get the words out.
Can't get it out.
Hood struts. He's the inventor, the original in the house on that.
Yep.
I think we covered everything. So I got to get back with the guys, get to work. Here we go.
Let's go.
All right, y'all. All right, first steps first. We're removing the bumper, the grill. There you go. Clip pull down. So as we have a few moments here before the gentlemen start to install the front bumper, what I thought we'd do is talk a little bit about the rear shocks. What I have right here is actually the original equipment Mercedes rear shock. As you can see, pretty small diameter right there. I'm going to call that about 1.5 inches, 1 3/4 inches. It's a Monroe. Actually, what was interesting to me is I'm used to seeing Bogue Sash or a Bilstein. I don't know much about why Mercedes went ahead and worked with Monroe on this. You know, there's probably a good reason. But here's what we're replacing it with right here. The King rear remote reservoir. This is adjustable for the compression. The other nice thing about the way the King went about this product for the rear, and especially for the 3500 Sprinter, is this was designed specifically for this chassis, this vehicle, and what's happening with it. It's not just something that somebody stumbled across and said, hey, it looks like it might work and fit. The other thing is, as they were working with the design, you might recall earlier we talked about the adjustment bracket. It's kind of a self-adjustment bracket that allows your headlights to be straight. This has all been designed to work with that, so there's no interference. And again, we're talking a big difference here. A full 3-inch right here, remote reservoir. And here's what we started with. So as you can see, there's going to be some big things going on here. Literally some big things going on here with King. We're super excited to work with CaTuned on this, the team. And we're just going to get back to work. We'll get you some glimpses of what's going to happen next. So thanks for sticking with us. All right, this is the part of excitement for me where the 12K worn winch meets up with the CaTuned off-road recovery bumper. And then what happens? It meets right up here with the chassis, right to the frame. We're going to have our full recovery package. Also, it gives me a sense of confidence just having that bumper up here. There's a few stories I can tell you later on about some folks that came in contact with some deer, and the vehicle survived. The bumper survived. So we're about to get started. So we're bolting the bumper on right now.
Nice. That's going to be cool.
As you notice, we've taken off the original fair lead right here and swapped it out for an Agency 6. The reason that I really love the Agency 6 product is if you have a synthetic line such as this and your rope is coiling over, you want that really smooth, I'd call it non-friction area. If you have your typical fair lead, I'm showing you the back side here, they've got a little bit more of an edge, which can begin to wear the line. The other product that I'm a big fan on is Agency 6's billet shackle. You can connect soft shackles, just do a lot with this, made right here in America, tested at over 19,000 pounds. I have a feeling it'll do more, but we're going to quote it at 19,000 pounds. So super easy to install. Let's say you pick up one of the Agency 6 fair leads. You take a T10, just like this. You remove the 2 screws, just like that. set them aside carefully, drop the top. You'll notice there's a pin in here. That pin is basically going to feed right back through. So you're going to take your line, put your pin right through. It locks in. It doesn't get any easier than that. This only goes in one way, right there. You're going to reinstall your T10 screws, just like this. And I'm going to literally show you how quick and easy that is. So there we go. I like to just hand tighten these. I wouldn't put any major torque value on them. I typically don't even use a ratchet on here, but if you feel like that's something you want to do, you could. So when I fire this up a little later, it's going to coil up really nice and tight just like this. I'll demonstrate that later. And when I need to release it, I've got a solid billow shackle right there that's ready to do its job. Again, Agency 6 made right here in the US. These folks care much about their product. They know what they're doing when it comes to this type of, let's call it off-roading. And that's what we go with. I'm to install the Mad Max D-shackles like you see right here. And when you get your set of shackles, you're obviously going to get 2 shackles. You're also going to get an assortment of rubber grommets, just like you see here. And the reason there's an assortment of these is some folks are putting these D-shackles on other bumpers they've already had on their vehicle. But what we do with the Mad Max recovery bumper right here, the CaTuned, is I like to start by making my shackles a little bit tight. And that way they're not moving around too much. And the way that I like to do is where you're taking, the non-threaded end right here, and you're feeding it through, and we're threading into this side. Once it starts to get through the hole, it threads in pretty easy. We make our way past the grommet. And what's nice about that, at the end we got our little cotter key here to secure it. And it's that simple. All right, let's talk a little bit about where the rubber meets the road. Let's talk about the super single, what we're doing with the Ryko wheel, and what's happening here. This is the stock tire. This is the 215/85/16 right here. A hand-cooked Dyna Pro. This is an all-terrain. They call it the Extreme. It's got the 3-peak mountain on it, the whole 9 yards. Great looking tire. But when you go ahead and compare it here to the Toyo right here, the Open Country RT, you notice that we got a 295/70/17 coming into the house. So, let's give them a front end shot here. We're talking, what, 2.5 inches plus minus? I'll take a measurement on that right there. Spin it around right here, give you all a comparison. And just for kicks, let's roll them. Let's roll them. So this is part of the super single package that we're going with. There are other tire options. This is the one that we're making the choice with today right here at CaTuned. And as you can see, this big beast right here is going to end up underneath that gal over there. The other thing is, when you're getting ready to do this, and we're going to be getting to that stage, this is where you need the Terra Wagen fender flares for the front. We're going to get all into that, but I want to at least show you what we're talking about doing right here. That's a big change. Yeah, let's do it.
I mean, obviously they're just, aired up. This one's about 30.
30?
We're at 30.
Hang on, don't let that tire fall.
Yeah, I got it.
Do this.
Yeah, we're at 30.
What do we got here? Max 30?
30.
30. All right. Let's swing this one out. What do we got here?
We got 33.
33. Oh, we're rolling on some 33s? Some 33s? Whoa. Now we're moving over here to the front struts. We're going to pull off the front stock strut assembly right here. And what's going to take place of it is a coilover king suspension piece right here. As you can see, this is a bad boy right here, heavy duty. I'm actually going to get more into the specifications and the details on this a little bit later in the video. It's adjustable. There's a lot to learn about this, and it's going to make a huge difference. It's also going to support the overall factor of what we're looking to accomplish with this. So I'm going to set this down. I got to get back into the shop, as they say. So just pulled the set of dualies off right here, as you can see, and now he's taking apart the leaf springs because we're going to be putting the Devers in there. So we're going to keep you all informed as we move along here. So give you an idea what the old leaf springs look like. There you see it right there. That's what you get. And that's what this big gal was riding on. And that's our new Deaver leaf spring pack. You can see there is a big difference there. And again, the Deaver leaf spring here was actually designed and engineered specifically for this 3500 chassis. So what you're getting is a direct replacement, but you're getting a replacement that is designed for this vehicle. Again, these aren't just random parts that somebody collected and said, hey, we got some measurements that just happen to fit. So when you're going with the Divers, you're going with the Kings, and the other suspension stuff that we're talking about and the other products, it's related directly to these vehicles. So you can ensure yourself that you're buying with confidence on parts that are, again, design specific. So we're gonna get back to work here and keep you all posted. So one of the reasons I would suggest, whether it's your favorite shop or you come to CaTuned Off-Road, or you take one of the recommendations on the preferred dealers and installers, is there's a lot of equipment and manpower, and if you will, folks that need to go into this with the experience. As you can see, this is definitely not something you probably want to perform at home in your own driveway. Now, that's not to discount the fact that a lot of you aren't excellent mechanics, probably have a great set of tools and maybe the opportunity to do this. But we have been questioned, well, can I just do this myself? Well, that's based on your experience, your tools, and the folks that you got available to help you. So as you can just kind of see what's going on here, we got two gentlemen here with the team, and they're making the adjustments. So we'll keep you posted as we move through. But again, this is why you want to use an experienced shop whenever you're making these upgrades.
Day one. They've made a heck of a lot of progress. Look at that. We're getting ready to go take it to get alignment. And then we still got a few more things to do. Last one.
So we wrapped up a little bit today. We're at ProTech Auto, right here in California. They hooked us up with the alignment. Could have asked for a better experience. Now we got to hit the road, go back to the shop, finish her up.
Yep.
Thanks to the fellas here for taking good care of us. Getting the needed out alignment, some other goodies. Come check them out.
Yeah.
All right, y'all, we're back here at CaTuned Off-Road. I'm going to cover some things we're going to do. Day two.
Day two.
Max, what do we got left? Some Baja LP6s.
Some lights, yep.
Make the
Okay.
connections.
That's it. Plug it in.
Most important,
Skid plate.
skid plate.
Yeah.
We're going to really get into that on the
Yep,
install.
yep.
Hood struts.
Yep.
Connect the squads.
Correct.
Right up here.
Yep.
Desert Defender, Terra Wagen fender
Ooh,
flares.
those are gonna look good.
Come on. Here, we're just holding this up, just kind of mocking that for a moment.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Rear differential
Yep.
cover.
Yep.
Agile off-road going in the house right here.
Some Molle panels, correct?
Oh, my gosh. The Molle panels. 3 sides or 2 sides? What are we doing?
3.
We're doing 3.
Yeah.
We're going all out.
Yeah.
So recovery boards, shovels, Agency 6 equipped.
Yeah.
The whole 9 yards.
The fuel tank is on its way.
Fuel tank's on its way. Am I missing anything, Max?
Oh, you're always missing something.
I'm always just, you know me, I'm like a squirrel. Like, hey, what's that guy do? Oh, should we talk a little bit about the cage that you guys make?
Yeah, I wish there was a kit, but I mean, obviously it's kind of
Yeah.
right now. It's got a lot of work, but yeah, he's back there. You can actually just film him a little
Yeah.
bit. He's adding some pieces of material to accommodate this big old spare tire.
Yeah. So your Sprinter comes with a rear, a spare tire, if you will, that's
little
found
thing.
underneath the rear, but it's designed for a lot smaller tire. So Max and the team are actually taking and modifying the original cage, which when it's done, you're going to see what's going on there. So if you do come by CaTuned, which you should, you're going to have all this done
They're
here.
gonna have to.
You're going to have to do this. And guess what? This is where the experience, the knowledge happens.
Bam.
Oh, and it looks so good when it's done.
All right.
We're swapping out the rear differential cover right here. One of the benefits to doing it, as I had shared with you, is in the event that you or somebody else makes the mistakes and places a jack underneath this pumpkin, this differential cover, you're not going to have a little bit of a catastrophic event where you crush the original plate, which is sitting right here, and you lose all your diff fluid, which means that those gears right there will seize up pretty quick and you have a big problem. So we've got the big heavy duty Agile off-road piece right here in pumpkin orange, because that's a pumpkin. And it's got the drain plug. We've already removed the old cover, as you can see, loosened up the sway bar end links. Again, just so we can get to the bolts, you did not have to remove the entire sway bar. These are the end links that you see here, and those are the saddle brackets. So we're going to finish letting this drain, clean some things up, get this bad boy back on, and get some fluid in here and feel a little bit more protected. Hey, y'all. What I wanted to share with you is we've been talking a lot about the upgrade suspension, the mods that we've been doing. However, what you're looking at down here is an item that we pulled off. These are leaf springs. And what I'm going to have Max do is give you just a real brief tutorial and explanation of what the factory leaf springs are, some of the changes we made, why we made them, and then I'm going to have Michelle swing around over here and pan over to the Devers. So Max, let's just talk a little bit about leaf springs in general.
Correct. These are obviously probably 100 years old in general, you know, kind of the suspension they've been using. It's great. But let's look at this. So this one, if you look at it, it pretty much could be a two-wheel drive.
Right.
What the factory did is they added the spacer to do that all-wheel drive to make it look higher compared, you know, to the fronts and all that. But with this setup, you came in, you were actually kind of sagging.
I was squatting.
Squatting.
I didn't have a lot of weight in the back.
No. So we could have just added another spacer and keep adding spacers on top of spacers.
Yep.
But you don't want to be doing that. You want to get rid of this spacer and do the right way.
Correct.
Add actually, you know, make sure that the weight's right. Add full leaf back on the Devers, or how many? Since we're
I counted 10. 10 in comparison
so basically,
to 3 plus the block.
It's eliminating this, and it's going to be probably close to this. You know why? But then you're getting rid of that sagginess in the back, that squat, and it's going to be perfect for your weight, and obviously you got a little bit of lift as well.
Right. Yeah, and I think what Max alluded on there is in the old days, it used to be, let's add some blocks, let's add some blocks. What are the downsides if let's talk about what it can do to the axle.
Correct. So it's going to be flat, obviously.
Yeah.
And not only that, you got the axle warp.
Yep.
And it's just a Band-Aid, too.
Yeah.
You're just creating more Band-Aids.
Blocks are our Band-Aids. So Shell, swing around here. So y'all see this. Typically, these would be sitting up just like this underneath your vehicle. Now, we peek under here, and I'm going to, you ready here, Shell?
Yeah.
All right. So here's the new Dever leaf pack. What you see right here. Got the U-bolt. Everything's set in place. Everything's been reconnected. So you can see the big difference. There's approximately 10 stacks right here, in opposed to a block and 3. So when you're thinking about your own EKKO, your Sprinter, etc., and you want to do things right, I highly recommend you talk to Max. You can give me a holler as well. We can talk about the benefits of Devers more in depth, if you will.
Correct.
Do your own due diligence. Just do it right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Do it once, do it right.
All right. Just yesterday, we were taking the original tires and wheels off. We swapped them right out here for all the super singles, which we went with obviously 4, removing 6, plus a spare makes 5. And if you take the original setup, we had a total of 7, 6 on the rig and 1 at the spare. We came in at 464 pounds with the Toyos and the Rika, or I should say the Rika wheels. Now, today, we're at 510 pounds when we pulled off all the stock factory tire and wheel package. So right now, we've already reduced weight. We've got the super single on there, because I know a lot of conversations have been running around, hey, you're adding weight, you're taking weight off. So at the very end, I think we're going to be able to calculate really what we've done here. And did we lose a little weight? Did we gain a little weight? Time to find out. What do I have in my hands right here? Terra Wagen Desert Defender front fender flare kit. And as you can see, right here, final installation is just about complete. And take a look at those lines right there. See what's going on. You already see why we're super excited. This changed the whole look. The stance has more aggressive, I'm gonna just call it, overall look to it. The other thing is it's helping us accommodate the bigger tire and wheel package that we have here. And as you can see, here's the material, very straightforward. What I love about Terra Wagen is, one, made right here in the United States, Portland-based company. The other thing that I love is if you get a chance to check out their factory, which we're going to do, you're going to see why that team, you'd want to support them and their company. The other thing is, when you get the product, there are very, very clearly written instructions, photos, play-by-play, if you will. But even better than that, if you go to their website and you're a little bit curious, well, boy, this looks like quite a big job. Can I handle it? They have one of the best, most comprehensive installation videos you can imagine. We've actually been going through the video step by step ourselves, just to ensure that we follow their process and procedure. And he's busy over here, but I think he would agree, like, it doesn't get any better and easier than that. So I would just like to say again, Terra Wagen, fender flares, there is nothing else out there to compete with them. So we're gonna go on to the passenger side now. So now it's time for the skid plate. And this is one of my favorite items. If you've been watching some of our videos in the past, I say everybody should have this, whether you're intending to go off-road or hit some off the beaten path adventures or not, because what you're really trying to protect And let me bring you under here, Shell, for just a moment. Especially on the Mercedes chassis, we have a cast aluminum oil pan that's fully exposed. And I'll grab your camera there, Shell. And we also have our alternator, some vital components. And if you can imagine, as you would be, there you go, Shell, driving down the road and you hit a big chunk of a tire, some debris in the highway, that comes up and that catches that cast aluminum oil pan. By the time you've detected that, the car's detected that, you may have toasted your motor. I'm guessing a motor to get swapped in and out of here has got to be close to 20 grand, if not more. The other thing is this is super lightweight. Max supplies all the brackets, the instructions, everything. And basically what it's going to do, it's going to come right up underneath here, bolt right on, just like that. And you're going to protect everything right there. The other thing that I think it kind of does, which is cool, is adds a now I can't prove this, a little aerodynamics, if you will. It is. Right?
Fuel efficient.
Fuel efficiency. So maybe we'll have to do that.
And then only that, I know that the alternator is hanging pretty low, right?
Yep, the alternator,
like
everything.
From some, the hard, snow,
water. Yep, water, just about everything.
Yeah.
So I would say, again, whether you're going to go full tilt boogie like we're doing right here or not, I call this about an $800 insurance policy for about a $20,000 motor. I think that's pretty cheap. Amortizes the $800 over the course of ownership.
Yep.
So as you can see, Ilya is installing the skid plate. It slides right there. There's these little grooves. And as he put in those screws right there, slides in, he's going ahead and just putting the first couple in to hold it. I mean, it doesn't get any easier, folks. Just watch. This is awesome. Man, it looks good too. Ilya's moved over to the other mounting location right here. And as you can see, again, it's going into already pre-drilled factory holes. Probably can't catch quite of a glimpse there, but they're right there where my finger is. And simple ratchet. Ilya's the movie star today. Look at that. Just so simple. The other thing we're wrapping up while we're doing the skid plate is a Terra Wagen product right here, the Desert Defender flares. I am just telling y'all, look at the match here too. Just so factory, so clean. I cannot wait to get you guys over to Terra Wagen, do a tour, meet the owner, meet the team, just become a guest of this experience. Take y'all around here, just look at that. Making the cage for the tire. Max checking quality control right now. Oh, okay. Here comes Shell. What you got in your hand, Shell?
I got the Baja Design LP6 combo pack.
What's inside there?
Check it out. I love how they have these all nestled in here in this.
It's got its own bed.
It has its own bed. I love
packaged.
these. I'm excited to get these on.
Well, why don't we tell everybody why you're excited and what you love about it?
Well, I do have night blindness, and this has saved us as we were driving back from Reno last month.
Yep.
And that just lit the way in our other
You were actually able to drive at night and extend our driving hours.
I got to help you out a little bit.
So the other thing we picked up at Terra Wagen was blackout version of the Mercedes emblem. Check that out. And then we'll eventually black this out. But why don't we go ahead and get started and just show you how easy this is to do. You want to start at the bottom. And as you're working your hand around here, and I'm being a little gentle, you're going to kind of lift up. And then you're going to notice that you'll want to kind of get it out. They have like little raised edges right there. And that's why you want to kind of pull it up that way. And then we're going to just reverse the installation. We'll start at the bottom, get it hooked in, just like that. And again, start at the bottom, just like that. And then you work yourself around. And as you clip it in, you'll start to notice that you have the top one. Press it in.
Beautiful. I love it.
What was that, all of 10 seconds?
Yeah.
And then...
I love that look. You got a necklace.
I do. Oh, hey, y'all. We're about to install 45 gallons of diesel holding capacity S&B filters tank right here. As you can see, this big daddy is going to be replacing what we currently have. So right now we got the forklift in position so we can support the tank that's in there, and we'll swap it out. All right, y'all, this is our final mod right here, CaTuned rear Molle panel. You're going to be able to put your recovery boards, anything you want on there. Swing around here, show. Let's show them what else we got. Agency 6 shovel mounted right here. Agency 6 handle. Let me show you how convenient that is. Boom. If you were tired of the old way of doing this, which was here, and as you can see, I'm struggling to get it open, well, that's a thing of the past. Come on over here. Check this side out. We haven't got all our equipment on here yet, but anything you can imagine that you've ever held or wanted to hold on a Molle panel is right here. Again, the handle, everything secured, looks good. And if you notice the attention to detail, there was so much thought out every 6 inches right here. So in the event that you're grabbing some Agency 6 gear or some other things that are pretty typical, right there, it's a done deal. So we can't wait to load it all up, put the rest of our recovery gear on there, get out there and do what we do.
All right, if you got to this part of the video, you're in for a big treat. What do we got going, Jay?
Well, Shell, I think we're going to unveil everything that's been going on over the last couple of days. Like you said, if you got this far in the video, you've seen a lot of things we've been doing for what, the last 2 days?
Yep, the CaTuned shop.
And now it's time where we pulled over on the side of the road here, found this beautiful setting.
A little cooler.
A little bit cooler. And we want to just take you around, show you everything that's going on with who?
Dirty Dolly.
Dirty Dolly. So, Shell,
Presenting Dirty Dolly.
what do you say? Should we do it?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right.
Come polish, y'all. So as we were saying, 2 days of effort, 2 days with CaTuned, having a great time, doing lots of mods, R&D, all kinds of stuff. Let's just start in the front real quick. One of our main go-tos, as you, well, if you've been following along, I want to say, as you always know, is that we love the CaTuned front bumpers. The recovery bumpers is how I refer to them. A lot of y'all might know this as the hammerhead bumper. And as you can see, it's equipped with the Warn Winch, the 12K Evo Warn Winch. That's Bluetooth controlled, synthetic rope. And as you're kind of stepping right into here, you're going to see also one of our favorites right here, Agency 6 Fair Lead. I've talked a little bit about this in our other videos, but we really love this because our synthetic rope just glides over this angle. It's never going to get kind of worn. The friction's really not there. And of course, the billet shackle right here. We use these. We love them. As we get out there with Dirty Dolly more and more, you're going to start seeing a lot of this recovery gear in action. The other thing, which is a big staple of ours to go to, is the Baja LP6s. I think Michelle's mentioned in several of her videos, this has been a game changer, especially when you're out in settings like this and you got the dark roads. She's got night blindness, so to speak. She can see, light up everything. We've seen mice run across the road with these. True story. Yeah. The other thing is we got the Mad Max D-shackles right here, proven and trusted. Max hung his Sprinter 140 feet in the air. If he can do that with the Sprinter, and given what we've done with all of our shackles, I'm pretty sure they're tested and proven. The other thing you might be picking up on, oh, and this is one of our favorites too, right here.
Pretty.
The Aero hood spoiler by Terra Wagen. I'm actually going to be sharing a lot about Terra Wagen here in the near future, and we're going to get more into that. But Shell, let's get underneath and show them one of my other favorites. CaTuned skid plate right there. That right there is not only good looking, but the real kicker here is whether you're just hitting the, let's call it the highways, you're off the beaten path, that's going to offer a very, very big layer of protection in respect to protecting your cast aluminum oil pan, your alternator, and all kinds of engine components. So we're going to go a lot more into detail on that. But as you're coming around here, I think y'all are starting to see a big change right here. Desert Defenders right there by Terra Wagen. And I am telling you, their instructions, their videos, their customer service, these are beautiful, they're rugged, they look good, and they fit right. Now, you might already be picking up a little glimpse in here. We went ahead and went with the King suspension. We'll be doing some videos and tutorials on that. That's a coil-over shock with a separate reservoir. It is adjustable. We're going to play with a lot of that. We're going to get you familiar with it. Now, you also are picking up on here these big daddies right here, these Toyo tires. These right here, the open countries. We're sitting on 295 7017s. This is the Ryka wheel. This is a game changer on these dually sprinters, the 3500s. They were built specifically for these. And the nice thing is you get to lose an extra 2 wheels in the back. So let's kind of drift around here, Shell, and show them. Super single, right? No more dualies.
Nope.
Ryka again. I don't know if Shell can pan in there, but we'll get you a glimpse. There is a 3.0 King shock sitting there. Again, designed and created specifically for these vehicles, engineered. You know what, Shell? Let's bring them back here when you get a chance. Something bright and pretty underneath there. And it's got a purpose. See that? Agile off-road. That right there, you're seeing in orange, is the rear differential cover. Now, you might be asking yourself, besides it being cool and looking orange and all this stuff, why would you want one of those? Well, on the Sprinters, on the rear differential, well, I'm going to call that the pumpkin for now since it is orange, that tends to be a jack point for some folks, and that's an absolute no-no because the original one gets crushed, the oil can leak out, so you no longer have to worry about somebody making that mistake or yourself or forgetting. Now, as we come right on over to here, CaTuned exclusive, we worked directly with Max to help create these. This right here is a custom Molle panel that was designed specifically for the Winnebago EKKO Sprinters. You also know, again, one of our favorites, Agency 6 shovel. You can put all kinds of gear right here on the Molle panel. But I want to show you something a little, well, again, one of my other favorites. So, if you happen to own a Winnebago EKKO, that is, and you're familiar with the old get the doors open, that's a pretty big yank. Well, guess what we did with Agency 6? Look at that.
Love it.
Game changer. Coming back around here. We didn't bring all of our gear with us, but we're going to have some more gear out here. Probably our recovery boards, but again, you can get creative, do whatever you like. Another panel right there. And she looks right at home. Bring you around here, got another panel. Again, we're going to be loading this up with the type of stuff that we like to use. Got a little ring here in case we want to hang our garbage from, etc. And drifting you back all the way to the front.
Ooh, spare tire cage.
Oh my goodness, Shell. I almost got ahead of myself.
Kind of loving this thing.
So check this out. One of the things that a lot of folks ask about is, where am I going to keep the spare tire, especially on a vehicle like this? Well, Max at CaTuned and the team said, you know what? We want you to carry an equal sized tire for your rig and have that spare properly mounted. That cage has been modified to accept that. Max and the team right now are developing an exclusive version of that for anybody who's going to make this change. You want to talk to Max, you want to talk to us, we'll get you hooked up, and you get to keep your spare in the right place, not taking up room off the back or in the garage. And just drifting back around the front here, I wanted to point out these squadrons right here. We have these on our last vehicle. A lot of folks use these as ditch lights. For us, where they really come into play is on some of these backcountry roads, or sometimes on these back roads where you're trying to follow a fog line. You can hit that fog line, you come into a campsite late at night, or you're just out there just doing your thing. Those are gonna give you a little bit more. And Terra Wagen, right here exclusive.
Oh, I'm loving that.
Look at that Mercedes emblem right there, all blacked out, looking good. Now, question for you all. We are debating, do we keep the chrome? Do we black it all out? Love to hear from you all. And I would say, drop some comments, ask some questions.
Oh, no, you
What did I
forgot
forget?
a gas.
Oh my goodness, come on over. Come on over.
Good thing I'm here,
Michelle
babe.
is 100% right. I think the heat finally got to me.
Yeah.
So, we've got it in the video as you saw. Start way over there, Shell.
Okay.
Almost to the front of the vehicle, right?
Okay, yep.
Drift us all the way back over here, Shell.
And in the video, it shows the size difference.
40.
You'll see all that, but that's where it's at.
45 gallons of fuel we can carry right there of diesel. We've almost pretty much doubled our fuel carrying capacity. So S&B filters, we got the big daddy of 45 gallon tanks right there. All the goodies that you see here. And again, we're going to go more into this in some of the other videos and get you super familiar. But again, if you have any questions, comments, things you want to talk about, other products maybe you're thinking about that would look good on here, tell us about it. Outside that, Shell, what do you think? Should we get out here and do our thing?
Yeah, let's find a
go check out the roads.
spot to
You got anything else, Shell?
hey, I'd love y'all to hit the like button, subscribe if you have not. There's
Yes.
going to be a lot of good stuff coming up.
And it does
So-
help us to continue these adventures with
Sure
y'all's
does.
support. So
Yeah, we're excited. So thanks for watching.
and
Look at this gorgeous sunset out here in
look at
California somewhere.
Shell, give them a shot of the moon.
The pretty moon's right up
Oh
there.
my goodness.
So,
I feel like
yeah,
I think we could just live here. You think after a while
I
they
could
might want
just
to kick us
camp here
out?
for a while.
Okay.
So. All right, y'all.
Oh, look.
Oh,
Recovery point,
Yep.
Agency 6 right here. So it's come equipped right here with your hitch. And oftentimes you just might need to pull somebody out, whether it's with your static rope, your kinetic rope, whatever. You got a nice little action there. Cover yourself and maybe somebody else.
all right.
I'm thinking Dirty Dolly wants to hit the road, Shell.
I think
Should we do it?
Let's do it.
Thank you all.
Keep watching our channel, subscribe so we can
Click the button. Yeah, thank you.